Hola, hola mis amores y bienvenidos de nuevo a mi canal aquí en Everyday Español y bienvenidos a nuestra comunidad. Today we are going to be tackling the past subjunctive. If you're looking at me and you're like, wait, there's a past subjunctive, I just was getting the hang of the present subjunctive. I'm sorry to tell you there is a past subjunctive, but I'm here to make it seamless and easy for you to pick up on. The past subjunctive or imperfecto subjuntivo is used when the past tense meets the subjunctive. So what does that really look like and how do we do it? Once you get the hang of this, you're really going to level up your Spanish game. Before we dive into today's lesson, what am I going to tell you? I think you probably already know at this point, but download the AirLearn app so that you guys never miss a Spanish lesson right at the tip of your fingers. All right, now let's bring it back to the past subjunctive. What is the subjunctive? Let's just start with that. The subjunctive is not necessarily a tense, but it's more of a mood. It is used when you want to express doubt, uncertainty, emotions, or hypothetical situations. But when these situations happen in the past, you need to use the past subjunctive. So when do we use the past subjunctive? Generally, there are three scenarios in which we would use the past subjunctive. When we express wishes, emotions, or desires about something that happened in the past. Let's look at a quick example. Yo quería que él viniera a la fiesta. I wanted him to come to the party. The second context would be when we want to talk about hypothetical conditions or context in the past. So for example, si yo tuviera más tiempo, yo viajaría más. If I had more time, I would travel more. And the third context in which we would need to use the past subjunctive would be when we are reporting or retelling something that somebody else had told us in the past. So for example, él no creía que nosotros llegáramos a tiempo. He didn't believe or he didn't think that we would come and arrive on time. Now that we know the general context in which we would use the past subjunctive, let's talk about how to form it and how to do it. Lucky for you guys, once you get the hang of it, it's pretty straightforward. So now we're going to start with how to conjugate it, how to form it. Let's start off with the verb hablar. Hablar, the first thing you're going to do is conjugate it in the ellos, ellas, ustedes form in the preterite. What? Yes, follow me. Okay, so you have hablaron written in the past tense, in the preterite tense for hablar. Step two is then take off the ron. So step two is then removing the ron part. So you're left with habla. Following so far? And now finally, step three is to add the correct ending. So, yo in the past subjunctive, hablara, tú hablarás, él, ella, usted hablará, nosotros hablaremos, vosotros hablaréis, y ellos, ellas, ustedes hablarán. Now, hablarán y hablaron sound similar, but hablarán doesn't have the R-O-N, it's the R-A-N. Pronunciation's a little different. Now that we've got the basic conjugation down, what's really nice is it doesn't matter if it's an ER or IR verb, you're still going to use the ra, ras, fra, ramos, rais, fran. But what is important to know is that the verbs that are irregular in the preterite tense keep that same irregularity in the spelling when you do the past subjunctive. So let's look at a couple of very, very, very common irregular verbs written in the past subjunctive. The first irregular verb is tener. When it is written in the preterite tense, in the ellos form, it is tuvieron, tuvieron. So in the past subjunctive, I'm taking off that R-O-N, and I'm still left with that base of tuvi. So tener in the past subjunctive is tuviera. So let's look at this in example. Si yo tuviera más dinero, yo compraría un carro nuevo. If I had more money, I would buy a new car. Número dos, ir. Of course, ir is irregular. I mean, did we expect anything different? And ser. That one also, did we expect anything less? But luckily, these two have the exact same conjugation in the preterite tense, which means they have the exact same conjugation in the past subjunctive. So, both of these, irregular in the past subjunctive, would be fuera. For example, era necesario que él fuera al médico. It was necessary that he went to the doctor. Y finalmente, número tres, poder. This one is also, as we know, irregular in the preterite tense. So instead of pudieron, that is the preterite tense, ellos form, take off the ron, it becomes pudiera. Por ejemplo, ojalá yo pudiera ir contigo. Hopefully, I would be able to go with you. A huge takeaway that I want you guys to think about is basically you use the past subjunctive for all the same reasons you would use the present subjunctive, okay? Except what's kind of the trigger? What's going to let you know that it needs to be past subjunctive? If the verb in the first I almost said primer clause. Bilingual brain just mixes up words all the time. So what you need to do is you need to look at the first clause. Is it written in the past tense? Is there a past tense verb, whether it's preterite or imperfect, followed by a normal subjunctive trigger? If the answer to that is yes, you got to use the past subjunctive. So in those past couple ones that we just did together, we did era necesario que él fuera al médico. It was necessary. Well, if you think about it, if you've got the present subjunctive down, es necesario que always is going to require the subjunctive because it's an impersonal expression. That is also an impersonal expression, just written in the past tense. So guess what? Past subjunctive. So breathe, okay, and just think. If you got your weirdo, you watched my videos before, you know what I'm talking about, but weirdo is how I like acronym when to use the subjunctive. But any of the weirdo acronyms, if that goes and they're written in the past tense, past subjunctive. All right, you guys, now it's your turn to practice. Let's do the first two together, and then you have a couple to practice on your own. So I guess first together, then on your own. Número uno. I wanted you to tell me the truth. A want is being expressed. That's definitely subjunctive. But is it past or present subjunctive? Past, because I wanted. So what would this look like? Yo quería que me dijeras la verdad. I wanted you to tell me the truth. Let's do one more example together and then the rest on your own. If they had studied, they would have passed. This is a hypothetical situation, so we are definitely using the subjunctive, and it's triggering the past, had studied. So let's look at what this looks like. Si hubieran estudiado, habrían aprobado el examen. If they would have studied more, they would have passed the test. All right, guys, these next four are on you. I will pause afterwards and give you the response. But I really want you to pause the video and challenge yourself. Don't just watch it and be like, oh, I watched it, I learned it. Because that's not how it works. We know that. So pause the video. Let me know how you do. And if you still have questions, let me know. All right, so moving on. The ones that are for you to practice on your own. If she knew the truth, she wouldn't be so calm. Si ella supiera la verdad, ella no estaría tan tranquila. How'd you do on that one? The next one for you guys to try. It was important that they finish the project on time. Era importante que ellos terminaran el proyecto a tiempo. Era importante que, subjunctive trigger, and I used era, que ellos terminaron el proyecto a tiempo. And finally, your last one. It surprised me that he didn't do anything about it. Me sorprendió que él no hiciera nada al respecto. It is expressing, you're using an emotion, right? Me sorprendió que, and it's written in the past tense, so past subjunctive. Hey, you guys just made it through this lesson on the past subjunctive. You should deserve a pat on the back. You guys deserve a pat on the back because it's tricky, because when you figure out and you finally feel like you've mastered the subjunctive, they go, past subjunctive. So just think about expressing what you need to express when you want to use the subjunctive. You're expressing what could have happened but didn't, or what you wanted to have happened or wanted to happen, but maybe there was a different result. I know this seems tricky at first, but with practice, it'll get better. I know you guys can do it, so make sure you pause, go back and rewatch parts of this video so you really understand it. All right. Again, me with the mixing up of the pronunciation of English with the Spanish accent. This is what happens with a bilingual brain. All right, mis amores, este es todo para hoy. Muchas gracias por venir a nuestra comunidad aquí en Everyday Español. Make sure you guys like, subscribe, and share it with your friends because I love adding more people to nuestra comunidad. I'll see you guys next time. Hasta luego.